Now is the month of May, when merry lads are playing. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. Now is the month of May, when merry lads are playing. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
Hi, from me, Johnny, the Bass and the King Singers, and welcome. We're here in London filming on a Thursday in February, and I'm going to talk to you briefly about one of the most important things in preparing for a concert or for a rehearsal. Now, one of the things the King Singers are most famous for is singing a huge amount of repertoire. And last year, I think we performed over 25 programs in just over 130 shows. And one of the questions we're asked more than almost any other is, how do you learn so much music? Well, I'm sorry to say that there isn't just one answer to the question. There's no simple solution, but we've come up with 3 tips which we think will be really helpful for you in learning music quickly and really well.
The spring-clad all in gladness doth laugh at winter's sadness. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
Tip 1. Don't learn your part in isolation. A lot of singers try and learn their part by sitting down at a piano and playing it through on the keyboard. Now, while this will teach you how to learn your own intervals and how to learn the rhythms in the music, you're not going to have a clue, A, about what your cues are, B, about how you fit into the harmony, and C, and perhaps most importantly, how you're going to fit in with your other colleagues around you. So we recommend, as King Singers, not learning your part horizontally, i.e. just your line, but learning the part vertically. And by that I mean, whenever you're singing, you know exactly what's going on above you and below you. This means that you will know exactly what happens at any point in time, and you won't be thrown if there's 8 bars of rest in your part and suddenly you have to come in. You'll know the part really well. The best way for doing this is to get a recording and to listen to the recording over and over again, because just like you learn the words to a pop song or anything else, if you learn the whole piece from the recording, then you'll know exactly where you come in and where you finish, and there'll be no problems about just knowing your part.
And to the bagpipe sound, the nymphs tread out their ground.
Tip 2. Break down your learning into smaller, more manageable chunks, because we all know that it's much easier to learn a shorter list than it is to learn a longer one. It's exactly the same principle as with exams or with any kind of information. And we have not only a huge amount of notes to learn, but also a huge amount of words. And so I've got a quick tip here for you, which I use all the time. Here are the words to the first verse of You Are the New Day. You are the new day. I will love you more than me and more than yesterday. If you can but prove to me you are the new day. Now, there are 6 verses like this in this piece, and often people have to write down words when there are this many, because otherwise they'll forget them. So why don't you create mnemonics for each of the words? So, you are the new day, first letter Y, you. I will love you more than me, first letter I, is. If you will but prove to me, first letter I, it. You are the new day, you. So you, is it you, becomes verse 1. If you apply the same principle to all 6 verses, I've written out the mnemonics for verses 2, 4, and 6, then you have a really easy way of learning all 6 verses, and, if you're clever, take the first word from each mnemonic for each verse, and, hey presto, you have a mnemonic used up of the first words of each of those mnemonics. You sure woulda thought overly hard. 6 words, you've got the whole piece. And that tells you what you would have done if you tried to learn all the words in one go.
And to the bagpipe sound, the nymphs tread out their ground.
Finally, tip 3. Sing your parts as you learn them. People really undervalue the importance of muscle memory when it comes to singing. So if you sing your part as you learn it over and over again with a piano or with a recording, the chances are that when you're in performance, even if you think you're forgetting what's going to happen next, your words, your notes, the chances that your voice will naturally do what it's meant to do because you've practiced it so much. So I can't stress hard enough practicing and singing through your part many, many times before you perform it, because that way your voice will kick in even if your brain doesn't. And those were my 3 tips for learning music and committing it to memory efficiently and quickly. See you soon.
Say dainty nymphs and speak, shall we play barley break? la 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 la.